Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris, and we are here at our little tennis academy in good old Great Britain with four exciting prospects, all at kind of different levels right now. Hannah Klugman is breaking into the top 300 and is already, once again, second season, already hitting objectives nice and early. If we can win a little rookie title, we're actually going to be in a very, very good place with her. Whereas a couple of the others, a little more kind of tenuous. Of course, you could drop down the rankings out the top 300 out to the top 10 UK in the world. But right now, Moise Kwame in the top 100 French players. He just needs to get to a quarterfinal, but of a big tournament. Um, he went really ambitious this year, and the top 1,000, I think, is within the realms of possibility. It's not going to be easy. I think his two remaining goals are pretty difficult to get to, but he's really solid. And then, Yana, just, yeah, it's going to be very difficult. But I think once we start developing her a little bit more and get a good tournament or two under a belt, I feel we should be able to get a lot higher in the rankings. And that will mean, by the end of the year, we'll have a shot at the finals, a shot at being top 5 on the juniors. We'll hopefully get to a final of one of the Grand Slam events along the way, and that would, that would definitely put us in the top 3 Czech junior girls. So I feel like we're not a million miles away, even though we haven't ticked anything off the box yet. And our newest player, Michael Antonius, very solid player who is nearly in the top 1,500. We just need to sneak one good event. If we can get around the 32 rookie event, maybe even win one of those, I feel we'd be inside the top 1,500 and the top 150 US. So varying stages of completion, but at the same point, I think we're pretty much where we need to be. We are pretty much where we need to be. So let's turn on finals for Michael. And yeah, we got good coaching. We've got, pretty good trainers. I don't think we can get much better right now. Physio's not bad, not bad. Um, so everybody's getting kind of the help and support that they need. We are dipping into their training here and there and just, editing as we go to just sort of make sure everyone's improved. But Moyes is currently a little bit of a spine issue again. Jana's a little tired. Michael's a little more tired as well going into a tournament. Don't love that. In fact, we are going to edit him here. I'm just basically surrounding everything here. We'll hurt the morale to get as much recovery moving into this tournament as possible, because I think that's just fair. And again, with Yana doing the same here, just making sure we're not super tired going into things. And again, just that little injury kind of makes me feel like just a little bit extra for Moise. And even here, I think just before we go out and we fly, a little bit of a care session, recovery, do a little bit there. So yeah, not a bad spot at all. 2.5 reputation, 4.5, 3.5 talent zone. Not too bad. We've got 2 small titles. Hey, we all got to start somewhere, right? So that's not too bad. We're definitely improving a little bit here. But it is a balance now as our players are getting better, as young as they are. We need to keep this training up to make sure that they're well supported in their development, because they are high potential players, and they also are starting to become good players where you're going to start playing against really tough opponents. And when that happens, we need to make sure we're at that absolute best, and the training facilities are the best way of making that happen. The scouting and medical, I don't feel we need to push too badly right now. Although medical, we do need to get to 2, and it says we are, but we're actually 1.967. So we've got a little muscle care room being done as well. And then really, I think from this point on, it's going to be saving up and trying to put some into these business centers, because I'm pretty happy with 4 players. I'm pretty happy that we've got enough staff to cover everybody. And now it's just really generating income, and this is the one thing that we've neglected a little bit to kind of put us in a good place. So yeah, the more we can do here now, especially as we're getting more famous, better rankings, we can kind of start developing the business center into a good spot. Like I say, medical center needs to be done, improve reputation. That should be done. Everything else has already been done. I feel like, I feel pretty good in where we're at. I've got to say, I do feel pretty good in where we're at. I think currently Moy's still the top guy in the juniors, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think there's a lot of question marks here, but we've got our tournaments booked out for a couple more weeks, so we can go in here with Hannah, and she'll be in the round of 16, which will be really good. So the clay courts are now at a level 2, so that's another nice little bonus for us. Pretty happy with that. I think that's pretty good. And Zhu is also pretty good. I mean, there's so many good young players, and I'm really tempted to start like looking for more British players like Mingzhu, who I think could be a real asset. But like at the moment, she's competing with Hannah. Hannah, I think, has got a touch more potential, probably, and is a couple of years younger. Maybe not as developed, but is pretty good. So yeah, we get a forfeit. That's why we don't play round 1. And then in round 2, we're going to be playing against Hefzibah Oluwadare. And yeah, I think we're better. But again, I think at this point, we're getting up to the levels now where the margins are getting a lot thinner. We're not going to be miles better than people. So yeah, we're just going to try and navigate as best we can. 6-3 loss, 6-3, 6-2 wins. Looks like we played okay. Couple of double faults. Don't love that. But it's a good little win. Looks like Antonius is doing okay as well in his tournament. And then number 6 seed Luisina Giovanni of Argentina, part of their federation. Probably fairly well rounded, a little bit better than us physically and whatnot, a little more developed, age 19, 3 years older. Technically, I would probably give us the edge, and I think it would be a tight kind of game overall as well. But yeah, we got to play the matches to find out. It's a tiebreaker in the first, then 6-2 loss. It's not really what we want. Antonius, yeah, he's doing okay. He's going to take some time. We really need to develop his serve as well. I think that's going to be my big kind of focus. Yana's fairly well rounded. There's not too much now in single digits, which is nice. And Kwame, we kind of built his serve, but still need to work more on that. So the 2 guys definitely more of a serve needed. And the 2 girls, I think, really at this point, it's more physicality that we do need. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot with them all. That's not super bad. Quarter is 8 points. So, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. And then Antonius, for you, that quarter is 100 points again. Not too bad. So you got to buy as a 7 seed, beat Angel Veliz probably, and then Nurescu beat us, which I, yeah, I could see a couple of years older, a bit more, again, well-rounded. Not a great serve, but his all-round game, I think, is probably pretty good. We are scouting him, we will find out. Yeah, quarterfinal of a pretty high-level junior tournament. Um, yeah, I think that's probably good for where he's at in his development. So I'm okay with that. We want to see more. We want to see some wins. We do want to see finals. Yeah, that's going to be pretty big. But yeah, I think we're just gonna say no to all these wild cards because we are kind of booking our own. Then we look at the training. Everybody's moving in a decent place, and Hannah's almost got her volley up to double digits. It's the last of her technical skills in single digits. So, like, really, her footwork and then her physicals as a whole, like I say, that's going to be our focus there. So, yeah, we're up 12 points, 12 positions, sorry, to 285. That's fairly good. Coming off the back of her tournament. Antonius holds his 1529. He played a junior, of course. And then going into this week, Yana drops a couple of spots. She is still training. She'll be coming up to a tournament very soon. And Kwame, 1118, and he's going to Turkey for the Antalya third tournament. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting now to see how it all lines up. He is a little unhappy going into this tournament, which is fair, 100% fair. Hopefully he gets a win or two early, and that kind of boosts his morale. Because otherwise, we've got probably a bad week ahead of us. Yeah, Hannah doesn't really need as much fitness, and so I'm going to turn a lot of these rests. Actually, I think if we yeah, I think footwork heavy, and then only take off one or two of these cares, that might help in general. And then we can again sneak a little third game plan, or do we want to boost those tacticals? Probably boost those tacticals. So a lot of classroom stuff, a lot of game plan and kind of mastery tactical stuff, and then taking the ball early, jumping rope. I'm actually going to throw in a nice little footwork here as well. Yeah, supporting grip. Nice. That'll set us up. So she might be a little tired at the end of the week, but she'll be definitely in a good spot moving forward, I think. Yana, again, like I say, I think I could work on volleys. I could work on the serve. They both still need a little bit of work, but just physicality in general. So we're going to go for speed. And we're going to keep it medium. We're just going to take some of these cares out. And I think it's going to be useful to have some sprints. And it's going to be useful to have a little bit of dynamic stretching. And then again, we'll have some tactical towards the end. That might keep her in a good place for the next tournament. And Antonius as well. He's got his tournament coming up next week. Pretty decent one. And I think working on his serve is going to be super, super useful. And then maybe something light with serving. Could be useful. But there doesn't seem to be much that isn't high intensity on the serve side, which is interesting. So forehand I could work on. Work on his backhand and his timing, or his backhand and his footwork. Volley timing, volley footwork. Return and control. Control balance and agility. Doesn't spin. Maybe that. And then again, just a little tactical lesson towards the end. So I think really kind of focusing Antonius now on that serve. So yeah, Kwame plays this week. Hopefully morale doesn't really kick in too badly for him. Everybody then is prepping for next week, and Hannah were pushing probably a little too much, trying to be a little careful with it. But I think I'm going to run it and see. So Kwame wins, and he gets knocked out in the quarterfinals. So a little disappointing, but yeah, his morale wasn't super high. He still kind of did okay. Butchnik looks like a very solid player too. So yeah, Kwame, like quarterfinals of a rookie 25. It's not bad. It's certainly not bad. So yeah. Yeah, he's got some more qualifiers coming up, which will be interesting. I think that's the best way for me to say it, but interesting. So, what do you get for qualifying? You get, quarterfinal, you get 2 points. It's not the worst in the world. And again, we were beaten by the overall winner, 6-4, 6-4. So I definitely feel like one of these tournaments going our way could be big, because he's right there. Tacticals go up, a little bit of footwork goes up, anticipation goes up. Hannah is in really bad place. We kind of screwed Hannah up, I feel. Maybe we shouldn't mess with her training as much. Yeah, okay. Not not the best, not the best. Definitely something that I probably just need to not mess about with too much, because yeah, I've started doing it a bit more often, and I think that we're in a situation where it's starting not to work out for us. We're definitely developing as players, but we're now going into tournaments looking really pretty bad. And we're either just inside or just outside of our goals. And I think that, yeah, compromising tournaments in terms for development is going to hurt those goals this season. And I'm not sure that's the best way to do that. I'm really not sure that's the best way to do that. So we can go clay season here. We could give her a couple of weeks. She's actually probably going to be really tired moving into things. So I think that's week 12 to week 15 could be okay. Yeah, that could be okay. And then we could go week 17. And if we stop messing around with the training, we could go week 19 and then 22. I think that might suit. And we're all on clay because it's the clay season coming up. So I think week 12, week 15, week 17, week 19, week 22. We don't mess as much with the training, and we should be fairly good going into tournaments. We should be fairly sure going into the tournaments that we're at least in the right spot. What have I got you in? We got the qualifier for next week in North America on hard. Then we got a qualifier on clay. Yeah, okay. Oh, that was this earlier this season. Okay, where are we? So week 8, you just got knocked out of, yeah, of Antalya 3. I've got you in a qualifier, so you'll play week 11. Then I've got you in a qualifier, so you play week 13. So I think then week 16 is a good place. So let's qualify on the 15 to play 16. Qualify 18 to play 19. Qualify 21 to play 22. That kind of lines you up with plenty of rest, and you just play an extra couple of qualifiers until you're good enough to get in. That'll be really nice too. And then you're just gonna be playing uh yeah. You're weird because I could try a little women's to boost you, but I think you're not quite there on the girls yet, and I really feel that we need to do that, right? So you got a girls 100 in week 12. Got a girls 100 in week 12. We got a girls 30 this week. I wonder if the 100 is too much. I do wonder that. I do wonder that. It shouldn't be. I kind of feel like maybe we should be going after this girl's 60, but that being what it is, if we go to week 14, I'm not sure you love clay. I can't remember. I'm not sure where to find it, but I'm not sure you actually love clay. Um, so you're playing week 12, 8, you're playing week 12. I can do a 14, and then I can do a 17, and I can do a little girl 60 at home there. I can then do a 19. Not really sure where to put you. Probably in this little 100. And if we line you up for week 22 as well, that'll bring us into a solid place. Where does it want us? Yeah, it wants us in big tournaments. That's the thing. I'm not entirely convinced by it, but like the game wants us to book big tournaments. So if I just go pretty big, if I go recommended, 22. Yeah, Okay. It doesn't want us in there in 22. Wants us in the 200, I guess. I might just try and stick to this as well a little bit. So I can go there. I can go there on 19. I can go at 16 to France. Week 12. So we're in 16, so we'll have 3 weeks off. That's not too bad. It does want us elsewhere, but I think I'll stick in the 100 and hope that we can actually do better in that tournament than we can here. But that's not really much sense. That's not really much sense. I'm just going to go for the recommended. I'm going to go for the recommended. So 12, 16, 19, 22. So kind of a bit more spread out. A little more spread out. It doesn't mind us going for the men's, which is fine. Yeah, so that's just what it wants us. Okay. That is what it wants us. So week 8, we're in South America clay for the boys 500. Yeah, okay. And then week 11, we are in that rookie qualifier, which I think we should be. So we'd play on the 13th. Yeah, because that's a qualifier. So we play on the 12th. That's right. Yeah. So we play on the 12th. So then we could qualify here to play on the 15th. Um, or we could just go for a boys. But we don't really have any boys goals. I think we just might run men's and just kind of see, right? I don't love it though. I really don't love it. So we play on the 12th, book 14 to play 15. Where we go in on the 14th? Home country. Let's go to Florida. Um, yes, us playing on the 15th. 17th, we'll qualify hopefully in France to play on the 18th. And then we could possibly play sooner than that. We could just play. Yeah, qualify 16 to play 17. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Let's try Africa. Let's try Cairo. Let's go to Egypt and get week 16 to play 17. Then week 19, we'll go to Kalmar to play on the 20th. And then qualify 21st to play 22nd. So we're likely to get knocked out, which means we're not going to have like high intensity the entire way. And so this is kind of what I'm thinking here. We go week 21 to play week 22 in Italy. So it's a little more clustered, but he'll probably, as long as we don't mess with the training, he'll probably be okay. We do have a recruitment slot. I'm pretty sure we are filled up. Yeah, we're going to need one trainer, one coach. We do have the physio. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. We're kind of stuffed where we are. these players just aren't going to make it. And yeah, we just need to kind of get into things. And yeah, I need to stop messing with all the training. That's for sure. We live and we learn. We'll go down to 63% of Kwame and 61 of Hannah. At least then what we're going to get is morale. Now, is that going to be enough for us to like get through this and start feeling better? Not really. Not if we're honest. But yeah, if we can get a good little run going in despite of everything, we could be okay. Yeah, okay. We didn't start off well, but we really closed out strong. That's going to be a help. Both Yana and ourselves did okay. Antonius, he was the only one that was like actually fit and ready to play, and he just couldn't get past Franca, which is a little bit of an issue. Not to lie, that is a little bit of an issue. But yeah, winning this wouldn't really help us out too much in our main ranking, so I'm okay. I am also expecting this with Antonius to a certain degree, and then that's where I think we can come to heavy. Oh, sorry, medium. And again, I think we look more at trying to sort out his game a little bit. So a bit of a powerful ace, and then we'll keep stop and go. That'll be the only change that we're really making. Or even better, we could just do sort of serve power here, and it'll sort out the rest. So that's fine. Absolutely fine. We should be favorites here again. We are still tired, etc., but not too bad. And yeah, we lose an elongated set in the middle, a little bit of a tiebreaker, but 6-4, 6-4. And Yana wins her run of 16s too. That's pretty good. Antonius, like, we just need a handful of points. So the more he does in those tournaments, the more kind of we feel good about it. Stacy has taken out the number 5 seed, Vlada Ekshibarova. We've got ourselves a little quarterfinal. And taking us all the way. We're tired, we're upset, we're not in good form, we're just, kind of struggling a little bit, but the heart and the fight is there, and we're moving in the right position. Yana also doing very good. Murva, very, very solid as well. A little semi-final, which means that's 23 points. So 2 less points than winning the step below if we're managing to get through Kotlia, which I feel we should, and we don't. It finally comes back and pays for us, but yeah, a little semi-final, not too bad. So we take the 14 points. I think that's a couple less than a final appearance would take at the step below. So it's definitely just in our interest to run these. And again, we're so tired here that I do think it's just a couple of care rests. That's about it. That's about it for Hannah. So we got the semi-final for Yana. I'm not really sure she might have done. She actually got through, and that puts her into this final in Islamabad, Pakistan. We've already got 18 points. We're up against someone that knocked out the number 2 seed. Yeah, okay. Let's go Yana. Chance for Yana to win, I think, her first tournament. This would be kind of cool if we can. We should. We do. It's quite easy. Yana finally starts showing a little more of what she can do. And I'm delighted with that. Absolutely delighted. Only dropping 2 games at all. Nice. Very, very nice. First serve return was huge. Second serve return was as good. No double faults. We just did really well on the serves as well. They just basically were pretty good at holding on to the breaks, but we did manage just to power on through. So that's a nice little win for Yana heading into the World Cup week. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Antonius gets his little rookie deal accepted. A 200 for Yana, which honestly, off the back of this win, there you go. Now we should be able to see a little better. So it's off a 30, but it was such an easy one. You start thinking that we've probably got a really good shot of winning a 60. And then that kind of puts you in the bracket of we should probably be playing 100 if we play like that. And so the fact that she's being recommended for the 200s makes more sense. We just hadn't seen it before now. But if we trust the recommendations, then I think that works. So, yeah, we're kind of set up a little. Antonius' return gets a little better. The serve spin is going up. We like that. Kwame's got a better backhand and return. That'll help his all-round game. So, again, nothing like super, super major, but everyone's kind of okay right now. Not too bad. Kind of okay. And we're still waiting on the upgrade here, 29 days away. So, we'll go through World Cup week. I'm not sure if any of us are playing. I really kind of hope not. But we should be making a little bit of money. We'll be really close to hitting our objectives, so I don't need to spend any time really focusing on those. And Kwame gets his little rookie 25. A little Pro 50, huh? That's interesting. That's very interesting. Don't think I want to be there just yet. Don't feel like that's going to be quite what I want. And so, yeah, Moyes, again, a little bad morale, but he's good apart from that. And if he does win a match or two, that might up his morale somewhat. Everybody's rising. Yana's sort of started her journey up the ranks a little bit more. Antonia's closing in on that 1500. Kwame closing in on that 1000. Hannah's starting to look like she might move into the top 250 soon. So really can't be mad at it. I think we set things up in a certain way now to get us moving in the right direction. Like I say, we need more money. That will be the next thing up. Kwame gets his qualifier and second round. So Kwame then is also now going to be playing and getting his job done. Hopefully, just getting a couple more points there. So rounding out for Antonius, Kovachkova, Kwame finally gets his serve spin into double figures. That puts him in a really good spot. He doesn't like the underspin so much, but he's now very well rounded elsewhere, and still only 17, still a long way to go. But we do like that, and Hannah's returns go up. That's going to help her return game out a lot. The serves developing nicely. Like I say, we really do need to make sure she's physically able to be out there for long periods and kind of play at that highest level that she can. We're not entertaining any wild cards. We're booked out for the next, 11 weeks? And Yana falls back a little bit. So Moyes, he's wiped out because he's played a couple of tennis matches, but if he wins a couple of rounds, it's all worth it. So he'll be okay. His morale's up to correct. That's fine. Hannah's form isn't great, but everything else about everybody is pretty good. So yeah, I feel like we're in solid position. And we get through this week, we'll see. Yeah, I was hoping Moyes would get through to the round of 16, but he should get like 1 point for qualifying, I think. I'm not like 100%, but I think. Solid week for Antonius. Not big gains, but decent. Everybody just moving in the right position, and Hannah's control goes up, and her form really goes up. So I'm okay with that. Doesn't get anything for here, but I think might get a point for the qualifiers he got through. I think. I kind of hope so. See, Hannah's in average form. Everyone's super high morale. Couple of fresh players, couple in top form. And it really does look a lot better than for Yana and for Michael, who, yeah, they just look primed to go into their tournaments. Hannah should do well enough. We're just bouncing around the rankings a tiny bit, but that's fine because most people are playing this week. So the rankings going down last week isn't too much of an issue. Yeah, we're starting to mix in now with the very high profile players. Big tests, very difficult. And I still think we can compete. And yeah, we can beat Laskutova, even though we're not in great form. We do manage to get there and get the job done and look pretty decent overall. Not outplayed, not outfought. Yana does well. Antonius does well. Again, very kind of happy with where we are. And yeah, like stats-wise, we're probably very similar. She's more experienced. She's older. She's probably a little bit better than us, and she is decently higher rated than us. Higher ranked, I should say. And then Gans, yeah, probably very, very similar. So we're fighting against people that we are in line with, and we should do okay. I think we probably get through this. Yeah. We lose the first on the tiebreaker. And we win the second one. And then unfortunately it's a bit too much, but I felt like we could have won this. That's the thing. If the tiebreaker goes our way in the first, then maybe that second set also goes similarly, and we do get through okay at that point. So it's not the best in the world. It's certainly not the worst in the world again. And we're in the round of 16. That's another 9 points, which, if nothing else, should keep us roughly where we are. I don't love it, but we are playing tougher people, and we've kind of got to keep that a little more in our mind. So I think I just want her footwork. So we bump it up to medium, we bump it to footwork. Um, and try and get some more morale up with the rest rather than anything else. We're not super tired. We're not going on heavy. We should be pretty good there. So Antonius out in the quarterfinal. Not the best. Yana, back-to-back finals. She's there again. She's doing okay. But this little rookie, 15 in Kofu, Japan. That quarterfinal is worth, what, 2 points? That could be great for us. Absolutely fantastic. Beaten Takuya Kumasaka, who probably is a slightly better player than us. They get knocked out in the next round, but yeah, that little homegrown isn't bad at all. Like I say, our round 16's worth 8 points. That's not bad. Yana's got a chance to put another 200 points on the table. She's already got 140. She's beaten the number 3 seed. Depasova's beaten the number 7 seed. And we're number 68, number 70 in the world. She's a couple of years older than us. We're probably slightly a better player, technically. Definitely more well-rounded, I would say. So let's see. Can she get her second little win? Should do. Didn't drop a single game. 6-love, beating Sonia Depasova. Absolutely dominant. Absolutely dominant. Didn't take one break point, but took all the other 6, did everything really, really well. And that's huge, because that's what they say she should be playing in. That's the recommendation. And she's able to win that so comfortably. She's kind of just turned that corner. Where last season, she was a point or two away from being in matches and getting knocked out in like round of 16s and so on. And this year now we're starting to move into that, can win a few of these tournaments. Not right at the top end, they're not 300s, not the 500s, it's not the Grand Slams. But early in the season to win a 200 like that, very comfortably, we could probably move to the 3s and then mid-season 5. By the end of the season's Grand Slam shouldn't be too scary. So we need to keep pushing, and we need to get her where her goals say she wants to be. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it all. I am pretty happy with all. Antonius, yeah, he was in a tournament. He's on light training. Not really much. Kwame's stamina goes up. His focus almost goes up. Hannah's volley goes up. That's now at double digits. Her footwork is being worked on. That's okay. That's okay. So yeah, that's a big step in the right direction from Yana. Very happy there. We do have some time. That's fine. And Moyes is going to Poland, to Poznan, on clay, which he does like. And everybody's pretty good. Everybody's pretty good. This is on clay, right? Yeah. I know we like clay. That's all I know. Antonius, like, he's already got his quarterfinal. He needed around the 32. He got his quarterfinal. That's huge. His ranking, he needs to be top 15. He's 1366. So I guess we filled this, but it could still drop below 15, which is why it hasn't gone fully green. It's not locked in. This, we've met it no matter what. We need to be here at the end of the season, but this is really good. Those 2 points are massive. like I said last season with Yana, I was just hoping a point or two and just get her objectives done. And yeah, we just need to climb over two more players from America in the rankings to fully hit this. But right now, just one tournament, and Antonio suddenly pretty much goals met, objectives done, very happy person. And then Yana, it's like we've won back-to-back tournaments, but we haven't done anything yet. So we still need to move in the right direction there. Kwame, we're so close. This is going to be a killer. This is going to be a killer. But I think by the end of the season, maybe, and this should be fine. This should be fine. We just need to drop Hannah into a rookie 10 or a rookie 15 at some point so she can win it and get that second part of her goal chalked off. So I'm very, very happy with how things are. Yeah, we need to get some wins under our belt if we can for Hannah. Kwame, little 32. And that's the muscle care room. Now we're well above that. That's good. We do have 300 grand. And I think it's going to be something in here. Now, do I save or do I spend? Because I think I spend and I think I go for the conference room, right? I think that's the money out of everything. We hope we get back above there. I could wait, but I don't think we need to. I mean, what happens with loan? Like, is there interest? Do I have to pay it back that way? Like, I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting to have that done because I think over the next month, maybe 2 months maximum, we'll be back in a good place. So I don't know. I don't know. Round of 16, that's just another point, unfortunately. I was hoping it'd be more than that. Probably another point on his qualifier. And this is just going to have us in a good spot. So yeah, juniors for Antonius, we failed on the rankings, but we don't care. We performed okay. And then in the men's, we're kind of flying up the rankings and doing okay. Yana is improving on the juniors, and that's kind of what we need her to do, is just keep pushing in that way. Kwame, he played a junior tournament and won it, so that's fine. And then on the men's, we're developing, we're doing okay. And 11 out of 16 wins. Pretty good for someone stepping up to the men's tour. Even Hannah's, who's taking a step back, she's still on 66% win rate too. So 2/3 of her games. And she's playing 3 a tournament. So every tournament she wins 2, she gets knocked out. And that's 32 and 16, getting knocked out at the quarterfinals of a big-ish tournament. I think that's fine. Right now, that's fine. But yeah, 55 points won this period, 9 for Kwame, the 2 for Antonius, and 380 on the juniors for Yana, who is just developing, looking okay there. We're so close to extra focus for Yana. And yeah, everybody's in a good place. So 550 in the next year, yeah, we'll be fine. Absolutely fine with that. That's not an issue. Let's get through this final week then with a tournament up ahead. We're not taking Any bookings? We got Hannah in the Pro 75, Antonios in the Rookie 15, and yeah, Kwame's getting ever so close now. Antonius just keeps going in the right direction. Absolutely fine with that. And there we go. We're moving in the right way. That's fine. Reputation's not up yet. We do have that conference room being done. That should hopefully be good. Okay, it's April 1st. So I was thinking that I haven't seen this before, but like, okay. So gastroenteritis epidemic, but there really isn't. Let's move Moist down to a little light schedule. And let's just give him a tiny bit more care. And hopefully that'll be enough to keep him okay. That should be fine. Antonius is supposed to be playing. We just don't know. Okay. I was going to say, I don't know if he's going to be able to get through to the tournament or not, but knocked out first qualifier. Little disappointing there. So, yeah. Would it be nice to be in that one? Would it be nice to be in that one? But he's already doing really well. He's kind of hitting his job. You can even drop him into the juniors if we really want to. Yana's focus goes up. Antonius's counter goes up. Again, we're going to turn down these wild cards because we don't need them. We've booked out for like another 7 weeks, which means probably another 4 weeks we'll go back and rebook and make sure everything's good. Bahana's going on to Clay looking okay. Kwame's not super happy, but he's in good form and pretty fit after we kind of did what we did there to kind of preserve him a little bit. He's going on to Clay as well. Hopefully that will work out okay for him. And then Yana goes into a tournament next week, Antonius in a couple of weeks' time. But yeah, I do feel we're developing, we're doing okay. Everything's lining up a little bit okay here. And yeah, Hannah and Yana especially looking good. Inside the top 250, really close now to the top 1,000. Closing in on the top 1,300, well above his needs right now. And Yana's won a couple of tournaments. Still a long way to go to get up to the top spot in the the girls' tour. So we'll have to kind of see where that goes. But another tournament upcoming for Hannah. We'll have to get to that another time. I do appreciate the support on this series, so please do continue, have your say, comment section down below, like, subscribe, as well as check out the memberships on the channel for a little bit of extra content and feedback with me. But I'm pretty happy how this is going. I think it's kind of fun. We're still waiting for the next like major breakthrough. Hannah's had a little one. Antonius has kind of got his points, which we needed. Moyes, I feel we're waiting for that breakthrough, and we need to get, a big match with him. Hannah, we can drop down to get her objective done, get that goal met, and then probably move back up. But all being said, really solid progress for you know, a third of the way in to, not even a third of the way in, really, a little bit less than that into year two. So yeah, let me know what you think. Give me your feedback, comments, suggestions, criticisms. Should we drop Tana back down just to a 10 to win one? And then, yeah, just, I think maybe micromanage Yana a little bit just to try and see if we can get her up the rankings a little more. Maybe even just put her in the absolute top juniors tournaments because she might be good enough to compete now. So that might be an idea to do there. So let me know what you think about that. As always, thank you very much for stopping by, being a part of this journey, not only on this game, but on the channel as a whole. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you next time, though. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and all the best to you.